Welcome to Past Perfect. In this video, we will go over how to navigate the new SMART program. In this example, we will be using SMART SIE. After you have registered your account, you can log on to your SMART program by entering your email address and password. Let's begin. When you log in for the first time, you will be given 3 tips to remember for program progression. Step 1 is read about it. Step 2, try practice questions. Step 3, take a quiz. The program is divided into modules. Each module has chapters. Each chapter has topics. You would read about the topic, then do the practice questions in the topic. Once you've read about and done the practice questions in the topic, then you would take a quiz, quizzing you on each topic within the chapter. Let's get started. This is your dashboard. You will notice in the center of your screen multiple button tiles. You will also notice on the right-hand side of your screen some menu options, as well as menu options on the left-hand side of your screen. On the desktop version, if you have multiple series that you're studying for, you can switch with this drop-down menu here. We're going to stick to SMART SIE. Let's take a look at the menu. You'll see here that you have account settings. On the mobile view in your account settings, you can adjust series here. You can also from the desktop, but in mobile it would be in your account settings. To reset your password, you can send an email here. You can also switch between light and dark themes. Let's leave our account settings and go back to the menu. You will notice our list of chapters. You'll notice that they've been broken up into 3 modules. Module 1, which ends in a mastery exam. Module 2, which ends in a mastery exam, and Module 3, which ends in a mastery exam. Then you have your final exams here. This button here is your current assignment button, or where you would be where you left off. Our first assignment would be to read about common stock in equities, as common stock is the first topic within equities. If your account has videos, however, then we'd want to first start by watching some introductions. You can access videos, again that's if your account has videos, by clicking this videos button here, or you can access them from the menu on the right. This videos button is going to give you some videos on equities. So first you have the intro to equities, and then you have video 2 equities common stock basics. So first I would start off by watching video 1 to equities, and then the introduction to common stock basics. After watching the common stock, those videos there, you would be able to move forward with your reading. To access your dashboard, you want to just click the Past Perfect logo. Again, our first task is to read about common stock in equity. So clicking this button here would be the same thing as accessing it from your menu here. Common stock. We're going to read about common stock. After we have finished reading about common stock, we'll see a button, practice questions. These are going to be the learning questions associated with common stock before moving on to the next topic, preferred stock. Let's try some practice questions. So you will see here that we have some concept hearts here. Notice that there are 17 concepts within the common stock section here. You'll see that glossary terms are linked, and you can see them here on the right to help you assist. When you think you have an answer, simply select the answer, hit the record button, and it'll let you know if it is right or wrong and give you an explanation. In this case, the answer is wrong. We have the explanation. Notice when we hit the next button, we're going to lose one of those hearts. This is going to give you another question on the same concept, concept 1. Okay, so let's try our second question within this concept. I think the answer is C. I hit the record button. Oh, I was wrong again. Tells me what the right answer is and gives me an explanation. See what happens when I hit the next button. Notice I've lost a second heart, and I have an alert here saying that I should consider listening to audio associated with this concept or reviewing the quick. Reviewing the quick will bring you to the quick feature, which is the most condensed information in bullet point form. It's going to help you answer questions associated with this concept. Same thing with the listen tool here. If there is an audio file associated with this concept, it will bring you to the audio file in which you can listen here and adjust the audio here. Once you have better understanding, you go ahead and close it here. And we're going to move on to the next question, which is right here. Which term describes common stock? And we're going to go with A. I got the question right. Had I got the question wrong, I would have lost that heart and it would have told me to contact a trainer. But since we have the question right and have grasped the concept, we're going to move on to concept 2. We would continue with these concepts until finishing all of the practice questions within common stock. Let's move forward. Now that we have answered our last question within the practice questions for common stock, we'll get this message here. I would consider the practice questions as part of the learning process as we move from topic to topic. So we can review our results here, look at areas needing additional study, or we can move on to the next topic, which will be read about preferred stock in the Equities chapter. Let's take a look at our results from here. We'll notice here it'll give us all of our questions here with results. We can either go navigate by using the next and previous buttons. Remember, there's also a listen button to review. We can also select the questions, whether right or wrong, from here. To return back to where we were on our dashboard, again, we select the logo, and we'll see here our current assignment has updated to read about preferred stock in equities. This is the second topic within equities. So again, we can access this by clicking this button here or going to preferred stock here. But remember, if you have videos, you'd want to go ahead and listen to the introduction video for preferred stock right here or right here. We'll see that the equities chapter has been broken down into its topics. All right, so we've watched preferred stock basics. Now let's go back to our dashboard. Again, we'll read about preferred stock and equities and answer the practice questions. Once we run through the practice questions for preferred stock, it'll do the same thing. The current assignment on our dashboard will move to the next topic once we've answered them. In this case, it would be special securities. Once we've run through the read about and practice questions for these three topics within equities, then it's going to have us do an equities quiz. This button would update to take a quiz. We can jump ahead by accessing it here. It'll give you a tutorial. We'll notice here all the various features. I'm going to exit the tutorial here, but this is your quiz feature here. You would move through, answer, next question. We'll notice here it's Equities Quiz 1, question 2 of 30. 1 has been answered. We can mark these questions for review, and we can go back and review our questions as we go through if we wish to review it. Quizzes are untimed. We can leave feedback. We keep a notepad of notes, a calculator, and we can go back to basic navigation in our help feature here. I'm going to exit this exam here if you wish to exit. It was up top. Now let's visit our menu. Again, there was the quiz. The program is designed to pass 2 quizzes. Passing score for the SIE is 70%. So after you've passed your first quiz, you'll have a current assignment here to do another quiz. That's not a glitch. It wants you to do 2. If you wish to move ahead, you can here. You do the same thing by just moving on to debt or packaged products or trading markets. These are the chapters. Once you've done read about it and practice questions for each topic, and then the quizzes for each chapter, you're going to do Mastery Exam 1. That would update here on your current assignment tile, and you take Mastery Exam 1. It is a timed exam. Let's take a look at it. You get a little message saying that we're jumping ahead and for best results to follow the learning order, which I'm showing you now. But let's jump ahead for demonstration purposes. We get a little message saying we're about to begin a timed exam. We have 1 hour and 25 minutes to complete it. Let's start. Notice that this looks very similar to our quiz, with the exception we have time. We can hide the time if that makes us a little anxious, or we can show the time if we like the pressure. I'm going to exit this. This actually will not be graded because less than 5% of the test was actually answered. You can get a message saying less than 5% exams are not graded. Let's revisit our buttons here. We'll notice this button says Study Plan. This is for individual accounts that are coming soon. If you're a part of a group or you have an administrator over you, they might put together their own plan for you. Notice our areas needing additional study tile has updated since we've gone through some practice questions. We can click this and it's going to bring us here to the quick. We'll notice our quick adjusts here and also bring what we need here, and we got to let it load a little bit. It'll bring us to the quick. So these are areas needing additional study. It also gives you the option to review questions here. We've only answered some practice questions in equities. In common stock, shows incorrect questions and correct questions here that you can go through. If you want to go back to your dashboard, click the logo. Here's the latest results button. It's actually the same, brings you to the same area as areas needing additional study where you can do review. Let's go back to our dashboard. You have review questions button. This is where you can review any of your questions. So far, we've just done some practice questions in Common Stock. If you've done quizzes, mastery exams, or finals, these will all show up here. You have the option to look at all questions or missed questions. Let's look at the missed questions to review. You'll notice something very similar. You can review them here. Let's go back to our dashboard. Let's take a look at our flashcards. These flashcards will give you alphabetical order randomly, 20 at a time. These are just to brush up on terms as you go through the program. Notice you can flip the card here for the definition. It also will link to another definition if they are linked. Again, you can navigate through flashcards here. You can also access flashcards by pushing this button here. Back to our logo. Here are some tips and tricks for the SIE exam. It's good to read this actually before you start. This will give you a pretty good breakdown of our content and how to prepare. Let's go back to our logo, which will bring us to our dashboard. So here's our quick button here on the right. It'll bring you to the quick search. Again, this is the most condensed information in bullet point form for each area there. We have our glossary terms here where you can search terms. This search bar up here is to search the whole program. This search here is for your glossary terms. Again, videos button here to watch videos. You have drop down arrows here. Here's your listen button and your flashcards button. If you wish to leave feedback, here it is here. You also have a print button. This is for questions. So when you're in a question, reviewing your questions, let's go back here. If you wish to print a question such as this, go to your print button right here. I'll go ahead and save this as a PDF for now. And you will notice that the question has printed. Let's go back to our dashboard. Again, this black button on the top left is going to guide you through the program and will update as you progress through everything. If you wish to jump ahead, hit your menu all the way through each module, Mastery Exam 1, 2, and 3, until you get to your final exams. Again, if you want to jump ahead, you can click this Final Exams button here. We would recommend passing 4 out of your last 6 finals before moving forward. Thank you for watching this demonstration of the new SMART program. And remember, practice makes perfect at Pass Perfect.